Slanger, wherever it is you're listening to us from across Liberia. We'd love to say a warm welcome to you. It's been a very, very, very rainy Sunday here in Liberia. For those of you watching us online, we live on Spoon TV, Super TV, Fabric TV, and of course our YouTube handle is Spoon Talk. We have a very special edition of the program today. Yes, that's the reason we started earlier than our usual time. But we'll definitely open the phone lines for Liberians to call in, as our usual format is, for you to tell us what's on your minds. Our guest for today on this special edition is Dr. Joseph Aapon. He is the founder and chairman of the Jospong Group. This is a very huge conglomerate under which you have Zoom Lion Limited being one of its many companies. We are going to have an honest conversation with Dr. Aapon, for which I've been informed that even getting him to speak on issues, it goes through a lot of protocols and a lot of channels, but it's always good for Liberians to hear from individuals concerned, especially with all of the information surrounding Zoom Lion and its entry into Liberia. But this is going to be a progressive interview as well. So you need to share the program. You need to invite your friends to listen in, and we'll definitely be asking him all of the questions. But before we get to that part, we will be opening the phone lines for Liberians to call in and tell us what's on their minds as well. A lot of things happening in the country. 0777 055 Those are the numbers to call. 1 minute per caller, and do let us know what's on your mind. And eventually we'll bring on Dr. Aapon. But the phone lines now are activated for you to call in and let us know what's on your mind. 0777 1075 055 Those are the numbers for you to call in, and we'll definitely take up your calls and hear what's on your mind. Hello? Hello? Okay, I lost that caller there. 0777 055 Those are the numbers to call. Give me a minute, please. I'll get to the phone lines as we are still doing some tweaking here to make sure everything is set and prepped for this interview. Let's take this person. Hello?
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, sir. Your name and where you calling us from?
Agent G. I'm calling from Rutown, Senghor FE.
Okay, go ahead, please. What's on your mind?
What is on my mind this evening is the behavior of LBDR Bank. I'm a retiree. When I go for my small pension money, they will infuse the money with monthly-later notes, almost 2,000 plus, 20,000 monthly later. It's very harmful on our part. Let us try and do something good. Let the government talk to the national, infuse monthly-later money in our little salary, our pension money that we are getting per month. The truth is disheartening. We are suffering.
Okay, sir. Have you made any report or complaint concerning this situation to the managers at that particular institution?
I tell it to the institute, then the management, but they tell us, I say it one time, and they say continue doing it.
All right, so thank you for bringing this up.
Yesterday, I have 1,600 monthly later notes.
All right, thank you.
It's not good at all.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Hello? Hello? Okay, I lost that caller there. 0777 055 Alexander Semi is watching us on Cardwell Benson Street. Cassie Jones is following us via YouTube. Anthony Winpie is watching us from ELWA Rehab Community. Emmanuel T. Dixon is following us from Kigali, Rwanda. Eddie Santiago Solaris Sapo, how are you doing, my good friend and brother, watching us from Barcelona there in Spain? I know today you're supporting Chelsea by extension. All right. Elizabeth Kiatamba is watching us from Staten Island, there, New York. Ambassador G. Rufus Goa is also following us. Another ambassador, but this time around is Ambassador Fokpa G. Flomo is following us from Zena Hill Community, Painesville. Veronica Freeman, how are you doing? Yes, we have an early start today because we have a whole lot to exhaust on today. David Williams is watching us from Colorado, USA. Edwin Richmond Dolo is watching us from District 2 and 8, Nimba County. Okay, he's a loving son of District 2 and 8, Nimba County, but he's watching us from GSA Road, Painesville. Godfred Yao Cooley, how are you doing? Following us via YouTube. Honorable David T is watching us from 540 Congo Town. Joseph Dolo Nya is watching us from Sackley Pier City there and Nimba County. Let's now go back to the phone lines and hear from Liberians as to what are those issues on their minds. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good, sir. Your name and where you calling us from?
Thank you. Alhaji Nyaku. I'm calling you from Ghana's.
Okay, sir. What's on your mind, Alhaji?
Thank you very much. What on my mind is the issue of the Commission on Higher Education. The president, I'm calling on the president to change the people that are there. If you see what happened a few days, all the schools in Liberia, they just went and just gave big information. Most of the schools now are closed because people don't trust the schools anymore. We don't know what happened. And if you have problem with the schools, I would have thought for them to let the people know, but to just come and say they close schools, so the whole school system just disrupted. So at the end of the day, this government will be in bad book with the people because just who didn't know book was there. They didn't close all the universities. Now these people just come one day time to close all the universities. How can that work in this kind of country? I think that the people who work in the hair or the place, whether that woman or the man, that commission there, I think that he's working against this government.
Okay,
he don't want this government to succeed. That's why he just closed all the schools.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. 077771075 055510175. Hello.
Hello, sir. My name is Emmanuel Sopa.
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
Yeah, what is on my mind is what going on to red light, sir. The car, the police, I'm a driver, sir. The police in red light, like I don't know whether you the commander, the calling AD, you just take people license. If you're taking driver license, you should give them tickets. But you don't do it. You don't just take your license, then you carry it. Always and then doing it to us in red light. I don't know. They don't have parking. What are the ethics of policing or what? I don't know. They're doing it to all the time to take our legs and carry.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. 077771075 055510175. I do see that Dr. Joseph Aapon is already set. We will be bringing him on in a minute or two. But before that, folks, let's play this video and we'll bring on Dr. Aapon to kickstart our interview here with him.
In a world where sustainability is paramount, where the health of our planet and its inhabitants depend on responsible practices, emerges a force for change, a beacon of environmental consciousness. Introducing the Environment and Sanitation Cluster of the Jospong Group, a powerhouse within the conglomerate dedicated to pioneering the circular economy and reshaping the landscape of waste management and environmental solutions in Ghana and beyond, led by Zoomlion Ghana Limited. In 2006, our vision was clear: to streamline the collection of waste while upholding the dignity of those involved in the process. The Obuafo tricycle emerged as a symbol of empowerment, a three-wheeled marvel designed for efficiency, maneuverability, and sustainability. But progress is relentless, and as the world evolved, so did our ambitions. Throughout the years, we've ushered in a new era by introducing state-of-the-art vehicles and cutting-edge waste management machines. These advancements have revolutionized the collection and transportation of waste, reaching every corner of the country. But our story doesn't end there. It's a tale of transformation. Our research reveals some captivating statistics. 60% of collected waste in most parts of Africa are organic in nature, while plastics and other materials comprise 14%. This insight steered our mission to tackle this challenge head-on. Thus, we established cutting-edge recycling and compost facilities strategically positioned across Ghana's regions. These facilities ingeniously convert organic waste into nutrient-rich compost, now a key player in fortifying our agricultural sector. This cycle of rejuvenation exemplifies our commitment to transforming waste into a resource, enriching both our environment and economy. Witness companies within our cluster breathing new life into waste as plastic is reborn at our universal plastic product and recycling plant. Our liquid waste treatment solution through sewerage systems solved a 100-year-old sewage problem in Accra, Ghana, upholding the highest standards of hygiene. Medical waste is treated and disposed of in the most hygienic ways at our medical waste treatment facilities, which played a major role in the fight against the spread of COVID-19 pandemic in Ghana. We are stewards of waterways. With every dredging project through Dredge Masters, we safeguard rivers, reservoirs, and water bodies, ensuring they remain unspoiled, flowing freely for generations to come. Our commitment to responsible landfill management is etched in our very being as we strive to mitigate environmental impact and embrace a sustainable future. At the heart of this remarkable cluster lies a commitment to sustainable waste management, an unwavering mission to foster cleanliness, sanitation, and eco-friendly practices across not only Ghana, but far beyond its borders. As we stand at the intersection of innovation and environmental consciousness, the Environment and Sanitation Cluster of the Jospong Group continues to script a saga of progress. Together, we are sowing seeds of sustainability, reaping fields of change, climate risk mitigation, and nurturing a world where every action leaves a legacy of a cleaner, greener tomorrow. The Jospong Group's Environment and Sanitation Cluster, defining sustainability, redefining tomorrow.
Okay, folks, so that was an introductory video of the Jospong Group. That is just the environmental cluster, sanitation cluster that has got Zoom Lion as one of the companies within. We do have Dr. Joseph Aapon. He is the founder and chairman of the Jospong Group. We will be bringing him on now so that we can start this conversation. Pleasant night to you, sir. Thank you for affording us this opportunity.
Diamond, thank you very much for the time and the space granted me.
So your audio is not coming in.
Okay.
Yeah, it's better now. We can go ahead.
Okay, Diamond, thank you very much for the opportunity granted me and my company to be able to have a space and time with the people and good people of Liberia. I humbly, first of all, want to thank His Excellency, the President of Liberia, President Joseph Boakai, and the people, good people of Liberia, for the time and audience to speak to them.
It's a pleasure as well. Liberia is listening. Liberians home and abroad are definitely listening in. This is going to be a very interesting and intriguing conversation. Jospong Group, I've been reading since this interview was scheduled, over 70 companies under your conglomerate, huge portfolios. Zoom Lion is just one of 70. You're in the banking sector, you're in the hospitality sector, you're in the printing sector, you're in the sanitation sector, a whole lot of sectors you've covered. But there is a story behind how all of this started. And according to my records, if I'm wrong, you can correct me. All of this started in 1995. So that's 30 years ago with just one printing press. Can you kindly bring us up to speed with how you were able to have started even that printing press? We want to know, who is Dr. Joseph Aapon?
Okay, thank you very much. Diamond, I think stories and history always talk to itself. So Dr. Joseph Aapon is the firstborn of a 17 children parents. I was born in the village. I grew up in the village. I schooled in the village. I've been a street person. I was even going to the school in the village. I attended school barefooted, not wearing any sandals. I have been a laborer who work on the farm. I'll go to the farm, go and cut foodstuffs for people, and then they pay me by some of the foodstuffs, not money, to work. I've sold things on the, you see my jewelries, I've been selling it on the street. I've been a farmer. I have worked all kind of work, and I'm a person by God's design. I would consider it a gift from God that I'm able to come this far. And so when I get opportunity like this, my first ultimate thing is to give thanks and glory to the Almighty God who have sustained me and kept me. In the family of 17, I was a firstborn. None of our family person have entered the university. Even going to senior high school was a challenge. Poverty was one of the challenge of the family. I wanted to become a marine engineer or a pilot. I have to drop school because I couldn't have the opportunity to pay for my school fees to enter into the higher education. So I resorted in supporting my mother, who was a trader in stationery, selling things on the street and moving around. And that's how the Lord has helped me to come this far. And so I always acknowledge the fact that all what I've achieved in life is not by any kind of human effort, by God's own design. That is how far I have come. And my vision and mission is to share this kind of talent and gift with everybody that I come encounter, either in my country or outside the country. I want to share this kind of ideas and knowledge. So, Diamond, this is how far, in brief, my story have evolved. And the way I even get into waste management is by own God design. I've gone somewhere to pray, and in Revelation, I got the idea of moving into waste management. And then I started with manual tricycle. Then I've just evolved into all this that you saw on the video. And I humbly want to say that I thank God how far He has brought me.
Starting from, I remember the jewelry sellers in Accra. They will have the watches and the rest in a showcase with a mirror, and they will pass around. People are standing or sitting. They will stop for a minute or two, and allow you to view what they are selling. So you've been there, being a laborer on a farm, not pursuing your desired educational qualification to be a marine engineer or to be a pilot, and leaving all of that, and today you sit on top of a huge conglomerate. So the seed money to even start the Jospong printing press in 1995, how difficult or easy was it to be able to start only that printing press, sir?
Okay, Diamond, what really resulted is after I completed my technical education in 1990, and my father, I wanted to become a marine engineer, and my father said he has no money. My mother was seriously ill, who was a trader. I have to listen to my father or obey my father to go and support my mommy as selling in someone's shop, let's say becoming a trader. Now, during those times, I think God enabled me with the resilience of going forward. So what I did was I became a commissioner agent. So who will go to offices and look for some contracts of printing. Then I'll link the customer and the printer. So I became a commissioner agent, a facilitator in that kind of thing. So I started business on commissions. So when I get a commission, that was able to build up, and I started the printing press. I could remember my mommy supported me with some 30 CDs, which in these terms it will be about 3 cents to start the business. So I'm a student of what I believe is that you can start a business without a serious amount of capital. Through your initiative and movement, you can connect dots together. And that's always what I inspire the youth, that you can do something without any looking for money to start. By God's giving gift that He has inherited in every human being, you have access and capability of moving into something. And the only resistance is not to start. As soon as you start, the heavens will be favorable to you, and then you have the opportunity of
Feed, Dr. Aapon, is a bit frozen. It's
some contact, and then I'll just go to the jewelry customer, give me something to go and sell. Then when I sell, I pay. Then I take them. So I was just moving by just getting things from people, selling, and be very faithful and turning back.
So, folks, we do apologize for the breaks. That is probably due to internet connectivity. And once the internet connection is good, I'm sure we'll get Dr. Joseph Aapon back in studio for us to conduct this interview. We are going to talk everything. Zoom Lion, their interest in re-entry here in Liberia. What will be their portfolio? What is their interest in the Liberian waste management sector? Are they coming to take away jobs from Liberians, or what's their plans when it comes to empowering Liberians as well? So, Dr. Aapon, we lost you there for a minute. If you can kindly unmute, and then you can continue from where you stopped. I think the internet connection had an issue. Please go ahead, sir.
So I was saying that I started the business on becoming a commissioner agent. So what you do is that you sell things on commission. And that is what I've been motivating my youth and my people, that you can always do things not looking for a very big amount to start. The little effort. You see, God who created us knows every capability that everybody has. It's like the talents. Somebody was giving 5, somebody was giving 1, somebody was giving 2. And then the Bible says that according to each of them's ability. So your ability can be 1. start with the one. Your ability can be two, start with it. The little effort that you put into something, it will generate something bigger for you yourself. So I started as a commissioner agent, selling things to people, get things, connecting people. You have to want to buy this. Okay, I can help you to get it up. And then I take commission. And out of that, emerged a 30 CD support from my mother. And then I started the business, securing a small place for a printing press. And then the Lord magnified himself through this. And then all have tended to be what today I am sharing with the good people of Liberia.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Jospong. I'm trying to have a progressive conversation. That is my intent. We'll get to the entire Zoom Lion and its plan to re-enter Liberia as well. But as a person, as an individual and a business mogul, what are those personal, I don't want to use the word fetishes. I want to use convictions. What are those things that you make sure you always stand by and stick by in your transactions? I learned that you have a cadet service where people within top managerial positions within your companies go to military boot camp. I've also learned that you within the ranks of your company there is an annual Thanksgiving week within the rank and files of your company. I want you to speak to us as to why these two practices are so important to you and to your organization.
Thank you very much, Diamond. You see, one of the things that I humbly want to share with people today is that, you see, in the Bible, any leader that God has encountered and enthroned him as a leader, and he focuses on the people factor, God will always enable the person to succeed. Whilst I was in the village schooling, on Fridays, our teachers will let us go to farm for people, and then they will pay us foodstuffs. I could remember on one day when I was going to the farm, there was a very big river, and the wood was cut on it, placed on it as a bridge. When I got there, I couldn't walk very steadfast or speedily on the bridge. But most of the villagers guys are very skillful in walking because that is a practice. And somebody who has been there but not too skillful, I have to sit on the wood and then drag myself on it until I go to the end. Now, that picture always resonates in my mind that people's lives must be improved. People's lives. So my business, what really moves me is the lives of people. When you read the Bible, you look at Solomon. Solomon, God was asking him, what should I do for you? He says, you have enthroned me as a little boy. You have given me these soul people to manage. Now give me wisdom and discernment to be able to manage them. Any leader who places people's lives as a priority, God always will enable you more enhancement and more knowledge. So one of the cardinal points that moves me, we chose Zoom Lion or Jospong. We chose our mission is improving the lives of people. That's the mission, improving the lives of people. So people's lives is more factor to us. Everything about people, development of people. That is why we take people to the military for them to be enhanced in their capacity building. We take people for Thanksgiving to acknowledge the God factor in their life. We build capacity. As for us, it's about people's lives. In everything we are doing, the business, money factors, but lives of people, the health of the people, the improvement of the people, the capacity of the people, the lives of the people matters much. And that is why we chose, in fact, the mission, I chose it myself. And I recall on the village, working that, if people's life will be improved a little from working on the wood as a beam of wood as a bridge and coming to certain better life, betterment of their life, it will resonate well. So, Diamond, my core passion is people's life. Any business I encounter, I look at the lives of people. That is why always I'm looking at getting more businesses for people to be improved, people to be employed, people to be engaged. Why one person getting into 76 companies? How can you manage? It's about people. People should get people placement of employment. People should live well. If it is about me and my wife and children, one business is enough. But people's lives matters to me very, very well. And that is why I always spare. And that's what spares me. When I see people employing or working, I feel happy. Sometimes when even some of the businesses are not good or very well, and I have to close them, I feel the pain that people's lives are going to be affected. So for me, the lives of people is my motivator. That when I see people working, I feel happy than the money that I look for. So these are some of the pictures. I take people to military, train them, build them robustly, get the culture. Why we chose the military is that they have about 100 years in discipline culture. So in our Jospong cycle, we pass through people there for just 2 weeks, at least to have the cycle of culture, of discipline and tenacity, so that you can be able to work for a long time. And these are some of the things that Diamond we have been doing over the years. Emma. Yeah, I think you blocked my place.
So what inspired you to go into waste management, to start Zoom Lion as a company, sir?
Okay, so in Ghana in the year 2004, there was a serious waste management problem in Ghana. And so I've gone where some place to pray to Almighty God for directions and vision. In the prayer mode, I saw a very beautiful burden used in collecting waste issues. I ignored it because that's not my direction. My direction was printing. I was going on building up the printing press. And then I've gone to China to buy some T-shirts to come and have some printing or screen printing. And then I saw a tricycle on the street of China. I bought one. In fact, when I saw the tricycle, the prayer time that I had with God encounter resonated back. In fact, it came back as a vision. So I brought one of the tricycle. I told my wife, Dr. Mrs. Adlene Japan, let's pray over this. We prayed. And then it started as a manual tricycle at the time, Diamond. From the tricycle, it generated into so many, one tricycle. And then it have built up, and the God himself have been magnifying himself and have been developing the businesses. And it have come to this time that we are moving into circular economy, transferring the waste into other valuable resource that can be used to develop countries. So that is how it came. It came by prayer. It came by vision. It came by an ideas. And then the Lord magnified himself through that. And then today it has become something very big and very great.
How would you say, Dr. Aapon, that Zoom Lion has transformed the waste management sector in Ghana and other countries for which you currently involved with waste management projects? I've been informed that you currently have a pact in Nigeria, Lagos, and there is another in Rwanda. But let's go back to Ghana, whence it all started. How do you think Zoom Lion has changed the waste management sector there in Ghana?
So you see, Diamond, somebody who have not studied waste management, have nothing about waste management. I don't know anything. I started with a manual tricycle. I don't know the value chain and everything. But I purpose in my mind that this company, anything that you find your hands to do, the Bible says, do it with all your might and with all your strength and with all your knowledge. Ecclesiastes 11 verse 1. So what I did was, I purpose in my mind that I will take this company to the level of the maximum. So always adding on manual tricycle to trucks, to look for how best to transform the waste, the solid waste, into composting, into circular economy. Then I touch on medical waste. I touch on liquid waste. Anything, I look at the maximum. And I purpose in my mind that we are in Africa. And Africa, we must solve problems in our own way. During that time, we've tried some solutions from Canada and other countries, which couldn't resolve and solve the issues very well. So I look at the African concept, did a lot of research, bringing in professionals, adding on capacity, building up and exposing. I've traveled a lot. Everywhere I hear about waste management exhibition, I have to be there and get to know what is the next level of the waste. So those exposures and those encounters led us to develop the tenacity and the foresight of going ahead and doing a lot of research. We've partnered with so many associations in the world, and everywhere there's any kind of waste conference or waste anything, we have to attend to find the understanding of the next level. And that's how we have developed. We are still not even satisfied with where we have come far. We are still, I always motivate my employees that we've not gotten anywhere. We are just starting. Always we are just starting, just yearning to get more and then pushing them on, let us try. And that's how far the Lord has brought us, that today we are sharing this knowledge with our African brothers, countries that we have encountered so far.
Now, my focus is on Ghana before we step out of Ghana and come to Liberia, Rwanda, Nigeria, and where other places your company is involved with. There is an allegation that the YEA contract that Zoomlion was offered by the government of Ghana has been cancelled. Allegedly, there are sources that are reporting that there were go-slow actions, allegations of employees not being paid, and allegations of the contract being slow. But what's the situation, the status of the YEA contract between Zoomlion and the government of Ghana?
Thank you very much. It's a very good question, and which has a very good explanation. So the YEA, it started in 2006. This concept of contract with government is called the public-private partnership. And so Zoomlion initiated it. The YEA contract, Zoomlion brought the sanitation model. So we introduced it in 2006. We have worked for 19 years. 19 years. So in 2025, it's 19 years. Now, this is how the model. The model is renewed every 2 years. Every 2 years, Zoomlion will go for a tender and get it up. So it's not a cycle that automatic contract. It's a 2-year review, a 2-year review, a 2-year review. We have worked with this in so many, about 14,000, 7 times. So 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years. Now in 2006, the model was that Zoomlion take care of the employees. So we give them logistics, tools, brooms, wheelbarrows, tricycles to work. And then government pay us on the logistics fee. Then the employees, they belong to government. They don't belong to Zoomlion. Zoomlion is just a caretaker. It's like a security company model. You go to a security company, you say you want 5 security personnel. They give you the personnel to work with them, but they are employees of the security company. So the employees are government. It's government who recruit them. It's government who give them appointment letters. They are not our employees. We take care of them and support them. So in 2025, government decided that he want to now allow the districts to engage the people. It was not a cancellation of our contract. Our contract expired in September, expired in March 2024. We're given extension. And then government said that now he want to now let the districts to engage them. As we speak to you now, Diamond, no one is working. No one have been engaged apart from Zoomlion to work. Zoomlion is working in all the districts. We quite recently distributed 200 trucks to all the district assemblies. And so the issue in the media that our contract have been terminated is false. There's no any letter that anybody can prove that Zoomlion's contract have terminated. And anyone who has it should show by evidence. There's nothing. We've not written to us by any government, by any person that our contractor. The contract expired, and they are doing new arrangements to re-award it again. But
are you engaged in the rearrangement process? You just told us clearly that it has expired. It was a biannual renewal process. Now there is an engagement ongoing for renewal, because a new model is now to put the districts in more of a charge situation to have what is happening in a district sanitation wise part of their plans. Is Zoom Lion part of that renegotiation or that restructuring process?
No, please. Zoom Lion currently has 261 districts in every district. Zoom Lion has office there. In all the districts, we have offices there. We have worked for 19 years in all the districts, so we know what is going on. No contractor has been engaged on this project. As we speak to you now, I can speak on fact. No contractor has been engaged. We are aware that the districts are reorganizing to float a tender, and we will tender. In fact, in 2019, Zoom Lion tendered the same. Every 2 years, government goes on tender, and we tender it, and we win all it. So we are aware. We are not part of the process of renegotiation, but we are aware the situation of how best is going. And our presence are in the district. I just show a picture of distributing 200 trucks in the district. These trucks were all distributed in the district just June 2025. So if our contract have been cancelled, why are we distributing trucks to the districts? It doesn't connect. Diamond, we are family. You see, waste management is not quite easy. That you can just displace a contractor and bring another person there. It's not quite easy like that. So I humbly want to say that our contract was not terminated or cancelled. It expired and is going for a process for a renewal. And wherever is going on tender, Zoom Lion goes in and tender, and then we can get it done.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Aapon. Now let's come back to Liberia now. This is the crux of our conversation. There has been an allegation that in 2013, Zoom Lion was debarred by the World Bank for 2 years after allegedly admitting to paying bribes to expedite contract execution and invoice processing. Dr. Aapon, how do you respond to that particular information? Okay. Was Zoom Lion involved in paying bribes, and why were you debarred by the World Bank for 2 years?
Okay, thank you very much, Diamond. I think this is one of the hard points I want to explain to the lovely people of Liberia and make statement about the truth. Diamond, truth is only one. You can only find truth as one. And when you deviate from truth, you get lies. So in the year 2010, we won a contract in Liberia. It was started in 2011 to 2012. I think I can share a screen of the contracts and other things for you to see. So if you can look at it and see, can you make it very bigger for us to see it up?
Yes, I can do my best to put it on solo. All right.
That's good. So that I want viewers to see all this so that we can. So we got a construction of landfills for municipal solid waste sanitary landfill at Wayne Town. The contract was $910,000. The contract was bidded. It was a tender, a World Bank go on tender. It was in November 2010. Our local partner was Mr. Sheriff Abdallah. And then the tenure of the contract was 2011, 2012. We handed over the ceremony completed nicely. Then the second one was collection of solid waste. The total amount of 3.6 million. The contract was bidded in February 2011. Our partner was there. The contract duration was for 2 years. We completed it. We handed over to World Bank successfully and completed. Then in there was another, the third contract was Monova City Corporation building up the impact. It was called Impact Project. That was to support the collection of waste. So we supplied some tricycles. 1st June 2011 was that. That was also completed very successfully. Then in the year 2013, we had a call from World Bank that there was some infractions of bribery of about $12,000. $12,000. Diamond, $12,000 was our charge, that one of our officers pay a bribe to one officers in Liberia, and so we were invited at a discussion, and they said they were going to debar us for 2 years. In fact, when it came, we were having 3 options. One was go legally and contest. One, accept the debarment. And the third one, ignore it. I chose the debarment because I wanted to accept the fault. If something that had happened, we could have contested it about $12,000 or something, but we said no problem. We accepted it. So the World Bank passes through a debarment process. On time, 2 years, 2015, the World Bank released us from the debarment. And Diamond, I want to read the letter of the debarment to you. The letter of the debarment. I want to place for us to read it so that people will all hear that there are certain speculations talking as if that will cause a problem and other things. A good business is somebody who gets into a problem and comes out. And that shows the robustness of it. It says, by way of this letter, is from the World Bank. The letter is from the World Bank. By way of this letter, I wish to officially inform you as conveyed and in an earlier email to your CEO, Mokles Bastani, of the ICO determination that Zoom Lion Ghana Limited and its sanctioned affiliates, which include Zoom Lion Alliance, Accra Compose, Zoom Lion GSL, Limitada Togo, and all this thing, has been released from the sanctions of the debarment with conditional release in accordance with section 9.03 of the World Bank sanctions procedures. Zoom Lion Ghana Limited and now released affiliates are currently, as of September 23, 2015, eligible to bid and be considered for World Bank Group funded or administered projects. As such, effective of 2015, the sanctioned entities' names as well as corresponding footnote 162 have been removed from the World Bank list. Should there be any question regarding Zoom Lion's now released status by anyone either within or outside the bank, please advise that they should contact me without delay and I'll confirm the company's now eligible status. Signed by Jonathan Shapiro, Integrity Compliance Officer. So you see, Diamond, this is the whole issue. We were debarred. We agreed. We passed through a process. And in life, a better person is somebody who has fallen and risen back. Through that, we build our solid integrity or compliance system. We engage KPMG, Pricewaterhouse, Ernst & Young. We have built a robust system. And that is why today we are in about 24 countries, attesting of the eligibility of the company's credibility and other things. So, Diamond, that is the whole story. Not that
Dr. Pardon my interruption, sir. Why did you choose debarment? And the second question behind that is, the officer of yours who was alleged in such an act of providing bribe in the tune of 12,000 United States dollars to an official in Liberia, did you do your internal investigation, and what was done to that person? Are they still in your employs? And after that, what lessons have you learned as well? You just said a successful business will go through disciplinary actions and come out stronger and robust than as of when it occurred. Why did you choose debarment, and what was done internally to investigate the claims as well?
Okay, so the Diamond, you build a company, something have as a fact that have resulted in issue debarment. You are to do as a management, just take the ownership of it and problem. You see, we sit down here, Microsoft, all the big companies faces challenges. the best thing is take up the challenge. So we were not there in Liberia. An officer have been complained. And you see, Diamond, the business, we have finished the project in Liberia with the Bear Bank, paid, completement paid and everything before all these issues resolved. And we took it upon myself. I believe that when an issue comes in the business, take ownership of it. Take ownership of it. Yes, contested to go legally and go to the court to challenge it up, but I said no problem. And you see, the process of going through the debarment, the World Bank explains that you go through a cycle. And let me tell you, the experience that have built this company by learning through so many businesses and getting through Ernst & Young, we have built our compliance department solidly. We have built our audit department solidly. The lessons and the value that we have created out of this. These are all our partners. We have protocols, ethics and compliance training. It was a blessing in disguise that issue. And then today we have come out very robust, very clear, and very, very solid. So I will humbly say that it was an issue, but we got into it and we came out. Today, World Bank uses Zoomlion in Africa as a conduit for training to other companies. When companies are facing problems, these are all the things. Zoomlion continues to work with World Bank as an example to other companies. And some of our officers go to train other companies who have had similar challenges and problems. So we have become a conduit. Look at how it has upgraded the company to become a conduit to train people to get out from such challenges whenever they encounter problems like this. And we have built a robust system. Now we can say that in terms of corruption and bribery and other things, or it is things of the past, because we have an ethics and values that we have placed in the company for it to thrive going forward.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Joseph Aapon. He is the founder and chairman of the Jospong Group of companies, and one of his subsidiaries is Zoomlion Ghana Limited. So now, you have expressed interest in re-entering Liberia. You just stated that you've gone through World Bank compliance. Before we get to that, are you executing other World Bank projects since the uplifting of your sanctions and now being reinstated? Have you now been executing World Bank project in Ghana or other countries?
We want a World Bank project currently in Rwanda. We won a 2.5. This is our contract signed with Rwanda. It's a World Bank project. We've won it. So we are eligible to work on that. So we've won a contract in a World Bank project in Rwanda, and we are working currently in Diamond. So we are eligible, and we build the capacity and we build all the structures to go into businesses with anywhere, whether World Bank, AFDB, or anything in the world, we are eligible. So that shows you the integrity of the company. So a company who have gone into challenge, come out very robustly, can go into World Bank project and win it up. It shows the integrity level and the other thing. So we are eligible to bid any contract in the world.
Okay, now let's come back to Liberia, Dr. Aapon. There is this perception that Zoomlion, being the lion, is coming into Liberia where we already have the CBEs, and the CBOs and the SMOs, the CBEs and the SMEs that are involved in waste collection. That this mega company of yours that is present in 25 different countries, you've got over 70 different businesses, is coming to eat up and take away the employment from Liberian youths and make it its own. What is the intent of Zoomlion's re-entry into Liberia? Which areas are you targeting, sir? And in a straightforward question, are you coming to take Liberians out of jobs?
It's a challenge.
Dr. Aapon, did you get my question, sir?
I don't know whether you can hear me.
I can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay, please. Okay, Diamond, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I'm having some few network challenges. Okay, so I think that the first kind of life that moves me is that we are Africans. We have the way of solving our problems in our own way. So the first thing is,
Folks, we do apologize. I think Dr. Aapon is having some internet issues there.
as Africans first. Okay. Okay, so let me, I want to quote Paul Kagame's statement that he made. There is no future for Africa without unity. We must think as Africans first. So the idea of Zoom Lion is that we have bold and noble and a good strategy of transforming waste into other resource. Can we share with other African countries? We are Africans, and Africans, the Pan-Africanism is in us. Let's share, let's distribute the ideas, let's share the information. So we have come to Liberia to support. I always say that I don't go to any African country and claim myself as an investor. And an investor, when you have the investor mentality, is that you are coming to invest and take your money back. But I go in as a support. Liberians are doing very good work in waste management. There are some things that we have in Ghana we have to use to support. Let's go and support. And so the focus is to support the informal and the formal contractors. Those collecting the waste, we are not going to do it. We are not going to touch any person. We are not going to take over any business. We are not going to swallow or take over. No, we are coming to support. If they have trucks, we'll give them more trucks to collect the waste. If they have tricycles, we'll give them more tricycles to collect the waste. What we are going to focus is the treatment side, the landfill, which we want to turn the landfill into a treatment plant. So we want to turn the landfill to a treatment plant. So, Diamond, I am an African, and African is in me. I will not allow anybody to go to any Africa to take over. No. Collection of waste is an indigenous own traditional business. Sweeping is an own indigenous. So anywhere we go to Africa, we don't go and take over. We go to support. We'll support with logistics, we'll support with equipment, and the treatment side, which is capital intensive, because of the capacity, even that one, we partner. So in Liberia, Eco Green is our partner that we are partnering them to infuse. And I'm telling you, I'm not bringing any Ghanaian to Liberia. We are building the capacity of Liberians to take over their own solution and problems. That is how we are. We are Africans. We have the way of solving our own problems. So please, Diamond, I'm not coming to take over. I'm coming to support the indigenous and every contractor there. In fact, when you come to Ghana here, I'm the president of the Waste Management Association in Ghana. I support some of my contractors. My competitors, I support.
I just want us to go back to what you said. Again, Liberians are concerned. I am concerned that such a mega company as Zoom Lion, is it that Zoom Lion is coming to be sweeping the streets and collecting waste? You just said you focus more on the landfill that is either at Wentown or the new site at Cheesemanburg. So
yes,
what you're saying is you are going to empower CBEs and SMEs that are already operating in Liberia by improving their capacity. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, please. I'm saying it practically here, and that is all what I'm doing. That I am going to support the CBEs with trucks and tricycles. I'm not going to involve in sweeping. I'm not going to involve in collection of waste. Never and never. That is not our philosophy of going to any other African country to support. We go in there to support. We build the capacity. We'll bring them. We have a waste management institute in Ghana. We'll build them. We'll take some of the people there. I want to even establish a waste management institute in Liberia where Liberians will build their own capacity. We'll take some facilitators from Ghana to go and support them. I will never involve in collection of waste or sweeping of waste. Diamond, you can mark me down. Where I am going to focus or going to support is placing equipment to transform the waste into organic fertilizer, plastic recycling, and recovery. So at Chismambek, that's what we want to do. They want to have a waste park where it's a very integrated waste management park where you have medical waste, solid waste, liquid waste, construction waste. All the facility will be have an enclave, and then we can mine the carbon credit, and the carbon credit will belongs to Liberia, not to Jospong or Zoom Lion. The carbon credit all will be given to Liberia. It's a financing recovery. You can recover all the finance through that. And I will be saying that is why we are in Nigeria. That is why we are in other countries like Kenya, because our model is an African solution to African problems. We don't go in to invest and take over, give a burden to the Liberians that come and pay me 50 million. No, we don't. We invest all. These are all contracts we have signed in Ethiopia and all the other countries. It shows in Kenya we've signed all these contracts there. It shows that we are providing African solution to African problems. Diamond. So we are in Liberia to support.
I just saw a layout of what you want to do at the Cheesemanberg landfill. That is, you want to have different strategic areas for different type of waste and recycling. Now, Liberia, one of our major problems has got to do with empowerment and economic opportunities, jobs. What is the prospect? I want you to give me a number, Dr. Aapon, in terms of what would be, if you were to be given this contract, the employment stats of Liberians, especially, you've just said, and you on record, that you are not here to take Liberian jobs and you want to empower Liberians in technical and strategic positions as well. Not just the number of Liberians that will be employed, but Liberians in these strategic positions, since it's Africans solving African problems, sir.
So, Diamond, as far back as 2013, Zoom Lion launched what we call Liberian Youth Employment Program. We launched it. So I want you to have the chemistry and the history of this company and my passion of improving the lives of people. 2013, when we came to Liberia, we launched a program called Liberian Youth and Employment Program. By the minister then, the minister, I've forgotten the name of the minister, but it was launched at, I'll just recollect the place where it was launched for you. We launched the program. Can you let us show the picture of the launching of the program? So it's the passion that people must be employed. The youth of Liberians must get to be, and we will empower them, we'll give them skills, we'll train them. In fact, those on the landfill, they work. So this is Diamond, this is a program. We launched it in Liberia, Introducing Youth Employment Agency in Liberia, and we launched it in 2013. So you should know that Joseph Japan is a former person, a villager who has worked in the farm. His concern is about people. We launched this program in 2013 in Liberia, as far back. So that's our charisma today. It has not changed. We are going to empower the youth. We are going to create employment. We are looking about 5,000 to 10,000 employment value chain in the waste management business. That we are going to do. So if this thing has done in 2013, is the same mindset of giving the people of Liberia opportunity to work in their waste management, in their circular economy, and help them to build the capacity that they need. They can do it, and they are able to do it. We don't need any foreign superimposed ideas in Africa. But Africans, we must take up the challenge and then solve our own waste management issues in a way that goes long way in a sustainable way.
You give me a blanket number, 5 to 10,000 Liberians in the chain will get employed.
Yes.
But I'm concerned about technical positions, top managerial positions. You know, we've had issues of companies that come into our country that import their people into top managerial positions. And at the end of the day, Liberians do not have the technical know-how. Even if these companies fold, we don't have Liberian technicians and technocrats. So in key top level managerial positions, Dr. Aapon, the entire country is listening to you. What guarantees, what positions, strategic positions will Liberians be holding in this particular investment?
Diamond, the best thing to develop someone is to show him the way. You see, I am an African and I believe in the African network or connectivity. There will never be any future for Africans if we don't think African first. The African is capable of doing something. Liberians are in the US working. They are capable. Liberians are everywhere. Liberians are capable of working. Give them the capacity. So the engineers and technicians, bring them to Ghana and let them come and learn where you are practicing this and let them go back to do it. It's very simple. So until you don't have the instinct of believing in the African, it's where you have to import people and import technology. But Liberians, when I've been there, they are managing their own ways. The municipal authority have capable people. There are intellectuals people there. What we do is to build their capacity. Let them expose. And you see, Diamond, the simplest thing to an African is to expose the person to other side. Just let them know that this is the best way it is being done. And it's very simple. The same people in Liberia are doing magic things in America and other countries. So they are able to do that. So let us help them. And then we can look at it. In Nigeria like this, that we have engaged people there. Go and see them. A Nigerian, it's a Nigerian. When we come to Liberia, the head and everybody will be Liberians. We will not bring any Ghanaian there to come and have the operation. Every top management level will be a Liberian to work there. Why? We have Eco Green as our partner. He's also going to work there. So we build networks and build capacity. I use the word that investor is somebody who come into your country and say, I've invested 1 million. I want my thing back. But a partner comes to support a local partner to build the capacity. So we are going to support Eco Green, environmental waste solution, to build the capacity of the Liberians to work. We are coming to turn knowledge and capacity to Eco Green to work. We are not coming over. We are not coming to bring our people there. No, please.
Okay, so you just said on national radio and TV that Zoom Lion, when you are awarded this contract, for which you said is not to go to the streets and sweep and take the SMEs, the CBOs, and the SMOs from their jobs, but rather to empower them and improve their capacity. You are also looking to bring in Liberians, both home and abroad, to occupy key technical positions there. So my next question to you, Dr. Aapon, is what waste management technologies are you looking to introduce in Liberia in terms of recycling? You talked about the compost treatment. Are we looking at value being added to waste in our country and exporting and using these products that will be produced in Liberia, sir? Compost treatment. Are we looking at value being added to waste in our country and exporting and using these products that will be produced in Liberia? Compost treatment.
Okay, so what we are bringing integrated recycling and composting equipment. And I think I will let you see the picture of the plant that we are bringing there. It's process waste of about 1,200. It's scalable to sort the waste. You know, waste segregation is not at source in Africa. Africa don't practice source segregation. So once you box all the waste and you bring it there, we have designed equipment that can transfer and recycle it and then compost all the waste and turn it to organic fertilizer, and then you can have recoverables and then get something done very, very professionally. So we are bringing this kind of plant there. This is the kind of plant. The waste will come in there and then it will go into a process cycle and then turn the waste into organic plastics. And it will recover almost about 90% of the waste there, and then all these things we are going to recover from the waste, and it will be very sorted out. And these are also other valuable use to other companies. The tires can go to recycling and making it using it for pitch or astroturfs. The plastics can be pelletized and use it for producing other plastics. So we're going to do waste recovery, waste recovery, and then it will support the circular economy. We have done a research to see that 40% of the waste in Liberia is organic. So then the best thing is to do organic composting integrated equipment that can be used to support the system.
Okay. Dr. Aapon, it's an intriguing conversation with you. Liberians are getting to know what would be, if Zoomlion is awarded a contract, what would be your scope of operation. Now, you are involved with the improvement and empowerment of your employees. I know some people who are in Russia going to school on your scholarship. You have a compact with the Harvard B school there, where you have people being given a improved education and all of that. But we'll get to that part. The next question is Zoomlion just your intervention in the Liberian private sector, or this is a stepping stone to have more investments coming to Liberia through your conglomerate, sir?
So what we're going to do is that we're going to start with the waste management, and our focus is the problem of where we want to see how best to support. However, in the engagement of these areas of waste management, if there are other supports that we have to engage, we will discuss with our partners and see how best to support. The scholarship that we've gotten to other countries, we can also support the Liberians to get into other scholarship, because we are all Africans and we are all one people. So we can also extend that scholarship support to them, for them to also develop. And the Harvard entry point was that I was appointed or elected, appointed as a board member for the African sector of a Harvard institution. And I have been on the board supporting with my ideas. And so in all these things, capacity building in waste management is very critical. So we will extend 600 scholarship to students in Russia. About 100 of them are waste management graduates. We can extend the same thing and support with students in Liberia, and then support them. I like bringing the young ones and champion the young ones. So the youth there, we will support them. We will build them up, take some of them. Every year we give scholarship to about 20 people to study doctorate in waste management. We have more than about 50 professionals, staff who are in doctorate, about masters, about 500. We build the capacity because we know that education and knowledge is one of the hallmark of business. So we build we have our own institution, we have our own learning and development institution that builds the capacity of the staff. And we're going to do the same thing. I said that we will build an institute in Liberia that it will be focusing on development, capacity development, and then championing the cause of what we want to do there.
Dr. Aapon, earlier you said you satisfied the World Bank requirement to now be listed, and the World Bank is doing business with you in Rwanda. My question to you is, have you settled any issues with the Liberian government as you appeased the World Bank? You went through their punishment system for 2 years. You were now listed as a company they can do business with. Have you done right by Liberia as well?
Diamond, there wasn't any charge with me, with our company in Liberia. The issue was with World Bank. And so the World Bank, after we have, the issue is that, Diamond, we completed the contract successfully and handed over. So we handed over all this contract, not that during the contract period were the bad. We handed over, and all these contracts were handed over successfully. So on that front with Liberia, we completed the contract. And then the issue then came in. So there's nothing that we left behind that we have not solved. If anyone knows of any issue that we've left behind and have not solved, it should bring it. I've been informed of people saying that we cost $700,000 to the Liberian government. Anyone who says should bring evidence.
Did you cost $700,000 to the Liberian government? Were you
I just heard it.
Issues of the Liberian government, sir?
Diamond, I just heard it. I don't know anything of that. And if there's any, I'll entreat you to search for that document, and I want to look at it. I don't have any document that I owe $700,000 to Liberian government. If that, so since 2013, they could have chased me to collect the money as at now. Nobody have brought me any document. So it's a propaganda, it's lies. There's nothing there. I don't have anything going to anything. And if I have some scar or something left bad in Liberia, I can't come back again to come and pay the job. I have nothing. If I have something wrong, I won't come back again.
Why was it important for you, Dr. Aapon, to be in Liberia doing the hearing? Why was it important you to come to Liberia during this period, sir?
You see, let me tell you, I came to Liberia purposely to come on the front of media, at least to be able to answer some questions. I wanted to have clarity. You'll be hearing all the time on Spoon TV show, people talking bad about the company, and as if there was no money. So I chose myself as the founder to come and explain that the issues that have been discussed and the information being shared inappropriately is not a good sign or a good service to the company. So I came personally to come and share that. You see, when you love people, you don't turn your back to them. Liberians are good people. When we came there, they hold us high and we supported them. If they are in challenges, we should come there. And if there's an issue about the company, I have to come boldly and come and talk about it. That is why I'm giving the audience. And I want anybody to ask me any question, check all the facts, I'll be able to answer. You don't run away from issues. You go for it and then confront them.
Okay, so folks, we are in conversation with Dr. Joseph Aapon. He is the founder and chairman of the Jospong Group of companies. Zoomlion is one of those companies within his conglomerate. The conversation is interesting. Liberians want to know Zoomlion attempting to re-enter Liberia, but this time around, he has said it is not about waste collection. It is about recycling waste, turning it into valuable products, and it's about the Cheesemanberg landfill. Is there any Liberian company, sir, as per your research, that has got the capacity as you have? And if so, what obstacles did you meet during this entire process here in Liberia?
What I think that we met Eco Green. We've also identified some of the companies that we're going to work with them. I can't mention their names specifically, but we're going to meet all of them as stakeholders. That's all what we do. When we go to a country, we meet all the waste management companies and see what capacity in terms of trucks, in terms of fleet management system, in terms of any kind of technology that they need to enhance their businesses. We will go a long way to help. So we've not identified specific companies, but Eco Green Environmental Solutions is our partner, and we'll partner with you, and we'll bring all the people. In fact, Diamond, I'm trying to bring most of the companies here to Ghana to come and see what we are doing here, and then go back and share with them how best we can all facilitate. Waste management, one company cannot solve the problem. There's no any single company that can solve the problem. You need a team, a consortium of waste management companies to deal with the issue.
Okay. So, Dr. Aapon, we've had at least 1 hour of your time. We just want to start wrapping up quickly. I still have got a lot of questions, but my first question is on the line of monetary value. What is the monetary value of this investment that you want to, though you say you're not an investor, this support that you want to render to Liberia in reducing our waste management challenges that we have and improving recycling in our country and making sure that recyclable items are reusable? What is the value of your plant to be constructed?
Okay, so what that one we're going to do currently is that We're going to have a study. In fact, what we presented was a pre-feasibility study. After we have been awarded a contract, we will then do a detailed analysis or detailed study of the whole system and see what we'll be able to do. Then we now can place value on it. And I'm telling you that we are not collecting any money from the government of Liberia as an investment fund. We are investing all the money by ourselves. We are going to invest in the trucks, in the treatment plant, and everything. It is totally 100% investment from Jospong Group. We don't need any.
What is the value of that investment, sir?
So that is why I'm saying that currently we have the pre-feasibility study, but we don't have the detailed study because we've not been awarded any contract or we've not been given the green light. But once you are given the green light, you do a detailed feasibility study, then you can be able to place figures on it. What we have informed Liberians is, though, we are not going to take 1 cent or $1 from government. We are investing our own funding, and then we'll find a way of how best to recover the funding through a concessional agreement. We are not placing a burden on the Liberian government for initial funding on inheritance. We'll rather build the capacity and support the contractors to build the capacity, and then we'll find a way of. That's the model that we work with, and that's all what we are working. So we have not. That will not be able to identify that this is going to cost 10 million. When you even do that, you are not being realistic because you don't know the issues. Why are you placing value on it? You are trying to be over enthusiasm about it. Just do the studies on ground with the people, share the ideas and thought with them, and then you all arrive on a figure that is more realistic. That's how in business we do. You don't just go and say, anybody who have come to say that I'm going to charge you 20 million, 30 million, it's not realistic. What studies did you do? What does the Liberians have? They have something. Value that one also into your investment plan, and then you can now find a way of how best to get it done.
Are you going to decommission Wentown, the landfill at Wentown? Because I was there a couple of weeks back, had conversations with those who live around there. The condition there is devastating. The stench of that area is one that you cannot only smell, but you can feel. The people there are suffering, sir. Are you going to decommission Wentown?
We're going to decommission Wentown. We've done a similar work in Ghana here where we decommission. You see, currently you have on the Wentown, it catch fire because of the gas. The gas that have been captured under it always causes fire. And you see fire extinguishers going, fire vehicles going there, always having challenges and problems. So we're going to have it decommissioned and design it in a very re-engineered form like this, where this is one of the models we have done in Ghana. And then we place a solar power generation system on top of it to generate power, to generate electricity and energy. So the Wentown will be designed nicely like this, and then we place solar panels to generate energy. It will not be just a landfill that have been decommissioned and is out of use. It is going to be purposeful use for solar generation exercise.
So that is what you intend doing with Wentown.
Yes,
that is
please.
not only decommission it, but to also turn it into a solar generation station. Now, the energy that will be generated from there, who's going to have access to that? Is it going to be turned over to the government of Liberia, or
Liberians
prioritize that and use that to generate money?
It will be for Liberians. It will be for Liberians because we are generating the power for Liberians. We will discuss with them the model of it very reasonably. That's why I'm saying that, Diamond, I am not an investor. You see, an investor thinks always how to make money and profit. When you are going to support, you think and reason with the people. So that's always what I do. I share the idea with the people, even though I look for money and I'm interested in money, but the objectivity, it is not to take people for granted. Reason with them and have an understanding with them. So we would design it nicely and say, look, we can generate electricity. How much is the power? How much is our investment? And we all reason together to make sure that everybody is satisfied.
So let me piggyback a bit, sir. You said up to current, you do not know what the dollar figure is of what Zoom Lion is to invest in this project where you to be given a contract. But all you've done is pre-feasibility studies. And these studies, they've not informed how much it's going to cost. You said all the money is going to come from you, but Liberians are equally concerned that if Zoom Lion is to invest all of this, how many years is this contract going to go for you to be able to turn and make a profit, for you to break even and make a profit, sir?
Okay, so when we came to the presentation, we outlined what, in fact, the tender called for something to be done. So we have an idea of what we are going to do in terms of the composting, the recycling, and the other issues, the transfer stations to be built. Now, Diamond, we have to now do a detailed analysis of each of these costs, and then we'll bring it and discuss with senior people or authorities or the city council that, look, this is how much it costs, how much can we go over, and we'll be very transparent at each of the cycles. That is why I'm saying that I'm a businessman for the past 25 years of experience. If any investor comes to the country and say, look, I'm going to charge you 100 million for something, that person is ulterior motive of making how best he can. Somebody who works with you and at each length, you reconcile the figures. It's somebody who wants to carry you along and don't want to just take advantage of your challenges or problems. So I am saying that we are working, we have done a pre-feasibility study, but the detailed analysis will come out. And I emphatically say that I will never place a burden on government of Liberia on this project. We will finance all our investment ourselves, and we'll sit down with them how best. That is the best model. If you go to the World Bank or you go to any IMF, they come and give you a loan of $100 million. Look at the money that invested through other funding agencies to Liberia, the and all the other contracts. They have the money, but today, where is it? What we are going to do will last for 40, 50 years, because the treatment plant, you are recovering all the waste out of it, and then the plant is there. The plant, you don't need, if Wayne Town could have done a composting plant like today, you don't need Chisimeg to also do a plant there again. So we're going to do something that is stable, that will carry for 50 years, that generations. It will be used for a research center, a waste tourism park for students and children to go and learn something, for laboratory, for so many things that are going to value. It's not like a treatment plant. A treatment plant be in a city whereby you can have surrounding around it, and then you go to Singapore, you see the same thing. They don't have a land. Go to Japan, they have treatment plants that are countries around it, cities are around it up, and they can. That is the model that we're going to do there to support.
Okay. Dr. Joseph Aapon is the founder and chairman of Jospong Group of companies, and we're wrapping up and doubling down on the conversation. My questions keep coming in. I want to let you go, but I've got a lot of questions to ask, and you've also have time spent with us. But how pivotal, how important, sir, and what advantages will Zoom Lion and its intervention in Liberia bring, not just to waste management, but also to improve Liberians' capacity to function? You said we are to be partners with companies who meet on the ground. We'll give them trucks. Looking at 5,000 to 10,000 in terms of the value chain or job chain related to all of this. But how realistic are these plans of yours, sir?
Okay, so we've done it before in Ghana. Ghana, we've generated over 250,000 jobs. On the YE contract, we're working with 45,000 people. So we know how to generate the jobs. In the waste collection stream, if you use tricycle, a tricycle employs about 2 persons. One is a rider, one is a janitor. So if you have about 5,000 tricycles, that's 10,000 employees. And a tricycle works on motorable areas, on design areas. And if you look at the terrain of Liberia, it will be one of the best things to work with them. so that you're going to buy a truck about $120,000. You can have about 50 or 60 tricycles to work. So it is one of the points. Now you have people who will be sorting. The equipment is not automated. You have semi-sorting, and then you have pelletizing and recycling. You have so many things that you get. You have tourism attraction there. You have laboratory. So there is something that we've done. And Diamond, I'm telling you that if anyone have come to Liberia to solve the problem of waste management, ask him, where has he done it before in Africa? He should give you a model. Where has he done it before? For Zoomlion, we have done it in Ghana. So if any company have come or someone have come to say that I can do this, ask him, where has he done it before? He shouldn't come and use Liberia as a pilot project. Come actually, where have you done it? For we have done it in Ghana, and we are doing it in Nigeria. We are doing it in other countries. So that is the model. What we are speaking from factual, from experience, and from knowledge base of what we have acquired over the years.
All right. You said all of the money comes from Zoomlion. That is, if the contract is awarded and the government of Liberia is not going to pitch in a dime. We equally concerned as to what will be the terms and condition and how long this is going to last for. But these are subsequent questions that we can schedule another time with you. But if you can just answer again, because Liberians are concerned, how much is our government going to chip in? If you put in all of the money, how long is it going to take you to recoup and even make a profit? You said you're here to support, but at the end of the day, you're not here to lose money as well. You're here to make some profit. So though you said the feasibility studies has not been done properly, you cannot put a fixed figure. But if you were to look at your plants in Ghana, the pilot that you spoke about, how much did it cost you? I know Liberia produces not as the same waste as Ghana, but if you were to establish similar in our country, how much is that going to be?
So the plant, very simple. There's plant in Ghana. One of the plant costs us about 60 million euros. We invested all the money in that plant. And then we have an agreement with government, concession over 25 years to have a revenue stream of paying for it over a period of time. The CapEx cost is us. The operation cost is us. What the government is paying is per tonnage of processing of the plant. It is like a power plant, Diamond. It's like a power plant. Somebody come and set up a power plant in Liberia and they say that you are paying per cent per kilowatt hour over a period. That's the best sustainable practice, and we will not going to do anything beyond the normal practice. If you go to the World Bank site, how waste per tonnage is charged is there visibly. You can't go beyond to charge any arbitrarily. So it's not something that we are coming in with something that is hidden. It's very open and very transparent. Affordability is there for the government of Liberia to assess itself and check it out. If you look at the credibility of the company, that is why we are in other countries. If our model is too much of a burden, countries will not be accepting us. We are very transparent because it's supporting of African people to deal with their own situation in their own way. Other ones come in with loans that will give you a loan of 50 million, 100 million. We need sovereign guarantee. We need all these things, but we don't need that. We will generate our own way, and then they will feel how best we can solve the problem. So it's very comfortable and very convenient to African leaders. That is why we are traveling into so many countries.
Okay. So from what I understood is that on average, such a plant costs 60 million United States dollars.
So Diamond, in Ghana, we are treating about 2,400. Ghana, we generate about 3,000, 4,000. In Liberia, it's generating about 1,200. So the price will be going to be lesser. It's going to be lesser, 60 million. It's going to be more lesser. And that's why I want to have the detailed analysis of the place we're going to place transfer station, equipment going to supply, and all the other things. And we'll be very transparent and work with that and see how best it will work and get up. So the population of Liberia is lesser, so it's not going to cost as such.
Okay, so the population in Liberia is lesser than that of Ghana.
Yes.
The waste generating strength of the two countries different. I just want you to give us a closing statement and a commitment to Liberians that
Okay.
if and when your company is awarded this, what commitments, what guarantees are you closing up on with Liberians? What are you telling them? You spoke about the issue of the World Bank. You said, look, my company went through a period after we were done with turning over everything. There was one officer who was involved. And at the end of the day, we went through debarment. We are back with the World Bank and doing projects for them. So, in essence, you're saying if the World Bank can trust you again, Liberians should do similar. You also did say that you didn't cost the government of Liberia anything in terms of monetary value. If there is any record of such, that should be provided to Zoom Lion. Journalists and fact checkers are listening and will be doing their research as well. You've thrown out an open challenge. Now, my question to you, Dr. Aapon, is what guarantees are you giving Liberians? What are you telling us? To trust you, as you've said, and that you're not going to take away jobs from us, but you rather create more. You bring recycling, reusables, and all of that. Give us your guarantee, sir. Speak to the Liberian people. As you said, you are an African supporting another African country in achieving the issue of waste management at its highest levels.
So I want to thank you very much, Diamond, for this opportunity. And I also want to thank the people of Liberia for the shared information that our family shared here. I will humbly say that what I've received is God gifted. And when God gives you something, you must share. You must distribute. It is not for you alone. The knowledge we have acquired, me and my team and my staff and management we have acquired, we are sharing with Liberians. We are sharing with other countries. I humbly want to plead with Liberians that we are there to support. We are not there to take away. We are not there to look for other things. We are just there to support. We feel that we are Africans, and Africans, we are African because it's not that African is born in there, but we feel that we must now take up the challenge as Africans and dominate our own mindset. If you look at the foreign countries, they are always coming in with so many ideas, waste to energy, waste to this, and what they do, they want you to sign agreement, put a lot of burden on you, and other things. But we think that we have developed our own. Could you believe that, Diamond, the equipment we are using, we design it ourselves. We brought in the engineers together and design it, and then it has been manufactured. We are the only country using this kind of equipment. We think that where we have gotten to, Africans need to unite ourselves, need to share ideas, need to grow and develop it. Waste is a culture. Waste is a culture. I always say that the waste is a culture. So if you bring in a foreign person, a foreign company to come and develop waste management in Liberia, he will fail because the culture of our waste is different. We don't do source separation. So any foreign country that have come to Africa, I challenge you, Diamond, you do a research. It failed. We have Ghana here. We have a country that came here, city and country. They failed. Why? Because waste is culture. Our wastes are all different. So you need an African who also understands the waste culture to come and assist you to solve your problem. We are coming in Liberia as brothers, as sisters, as fathers, as mothers to help them. We want to come to help because we have been there before. We know the terrain. We understand the way. We have worked there. We know them. So we are the best company to come back again and come and work. Not anyone who have never been there before. He doesn't know the terrain. He doesn't understand the dynamics. He doesn't understand the culture. We have been there before. So we are the people to come back and come and solve the problem. You just try us. I'll always say that, try us. Give us a second chance. And you will see that we all will be there to serve you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Joseph Aapon. What will be your engagement with the local communities? You just said you cannot bring outsiders to solve a problem that is in Liberia or any African country because they do not understand the dynamics. So what will be your engagements? I know I asked you for guarantees, And also, when you're talking about your engagement of the local communities, I want you to please speak to top level managerial positions as well. I know you said you work with your Liberian partners who will employ Liberians, but from the Zoom Lion perspective, that mega plant that you're talking about that will be turning waste into compost, that will be turning plastics into reusables, buckets, chairs, and the rest. What can we expect, as well as Liberian involvement in that mega plant as well? Top level, technical levels as well, sir.
Okay, so that one, when we are giving the contract, it will take us about 15 months to construct the plant. Now, during these 15 months, we will recruit Liberians to come and work in Ghana for about 3 or 4 months to study and understand the equipment operation, the managerial from top level to down level. So by the time the plant is completed, Liberians are operating it. That's the principle of transferring of knowledge. Take the people to where it is being done, let them experience its practicality. By the time you are operating, they are there. So if we are giving the nod today, it will take us about 15 months to work on it. And then when we going to work on this, we will just take some team of Liberians to come to Ghana to work in the plant. So it will be like a hand-holding or internship. By the time the plant is completed in Liberia, Diamond, they are there working. So there's seriously an easy transfer of knowledge and information. We will take all the costs while they are here, their accommodation and everything. It will be borne by Jospong Group of companies for them to learn practical here. So when they are there, and no foreign company will do such thing for you. It's only an African company who believe in African and to share it. That whilst we are working, come and be here for 3 months, study, and then we take the young guys and then build them up. So that is how we're going to develop. We're also going to develop with the community engagement. We have community engagement, stakeholder engagement, and let everybody realign to the whole principles of what we want to do, not to disturb anybody. The scavengers who are picking the waste on the landfill, we are not going to displace them. We're going to find something better for them to do. That our mission is improving the lives of people. People's lives must be improved, not to set back. So we are not going to set back people's life. We are rather going to improve it. So anything we do, we have a conscious mind that is it going to improve people's life, then we have to fix it that way.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Aapon, for letting us know. You said it will take 15 months when you're given the contract to construct the plant. And within the 15 months, you have Liberians who will be going to Ghana to learn how to operate, the plant, as well as other equipment and machineries that you'll be bringing to Liberia. These are words that are in the public. They will remain public record. And the fact that you own Liberia's biggest platform, we have taken record of this, and it will also be in the archive. Now, as after when this will take effect, we will be following. But as of now, you do not have a contract with the government of Liberia, do you?
No, I don't have a contract. We've done just a presentation to the Liberian government. We don't have a contract with Liberia.
All right, sir. Okay. My last question to you, I know I've said last 3 times, but this is the last of the last. Why is it important for you, to have that annual Thanksgiving at all of your company levels? Why is it so important to you? I really want to know, as a business mogul, why are you so interested and so vested in that particular aspect at your companies?
Can you ask the question again, please?
Yeah, my question is about the Thanksgiving practice that you have within your company.
Okay.
Why is that so important that you do every year?
Diamond, you see, we all were created by God Almighty. And as a Christian, I believe in the principles of appreciation. And so every year, in fact, the core values of Jospong, the number one is godliness. So we take God, the godly factor in business, that how God has lifted up to this level from a manual tricycle to where today we are moving into other countries. We acknowledge the God potent into our business. So we every year, we've started more than 10 years ago, that we have annual Thanksgiving service where we acknowledge the goodness of God, the mercy of God, and then infuse the godliness aspect into the staff and management, and then we all thank God. So we have been doing this, and as a Christian, I believe that without God, nothing that you can achieve in this world. Everything that you do, you have to acknowledge that there's an omnipotent God, omnipresent God, and omniscient God who takes care of you. So the grace that He gives you, acknowledge and give thanks to Him. And that's what Diamond we have been doing all the time. Earlier, I started with this, acknowledging the fact that if I look at my level, a villager like me, uneducated like me, a farmer like me, that have come to this level, even to have the audience to talk to you, Diamond, I consider it's a privilege and God-given grace. I consider anything in my life as God-given grace. I never take that it comes by an accident or by a coincidence. It comes by God's grace. So I always want to acknowledge the fact that it's by grace and mercy that I've come to this far. So that is what we do, and we have been continuing doing it up. We are even constructing a church building that will be very, very monumental all the time to be able to give thanks. This is the kind of building we are putting up, 2,500 chaplaincy auditorium, to acknowledge the goodness of God all the time in our life.
Okay. Just a recap, Dr. Aapon, you said when a contract is signed, you're looking at the model of 25 years. If I'm wrong on the facts, you can kindly correct me. You're looking at an investment of less than 60 million, because what is in Ghana costs about 60 million. But recouping your investment is going to be on the tonnage of the waste that is being collected and recycled. So in short, Zoom Lion is going to retain 100% ownership of the plant until 25 years elapses, sir. Recouping your investment is going to be on the tonnage of the waste that is being collected and recycled. Dr. Aapon, did you get my question, sir?
I got the question. I got the question. I think you were talking about the investment of less than 60 million. And then you are asking that whether we're going to own the plant or for some time and then give it back to government. I think that is like a BOT principle. Build, operate, and transfer. So we will manage the plant. It's not even like owning, managing the plant. It's managing the plant, because if government of Liberia have invested money to construct it, it will still need a management party to manage it up. So we are only concentrating on the managing of the plant over a period and then handing over to Liberians to take it entirety. And that's what we're looking at. Africanism partnership. You are trying to solve a problem through handing over entirety, not just holding on to everlasting. So we're looking at how. Yes,
so
BOT,
this model is build, operate, transfer. And if correct. So, you're looking at how many years before this transfer can be done, sir?
Okay, thank you very much. That's what I'm saying, that after the detailed feasibility studies, we'll be able to come out with the quantum of money that will be invested. And then we'll now have a model, work with the Ministry of Finance of Liberia, Ministry of Monrovia City, Presville City. Then it will be very transparent and logical return of investment, not that I'm arbitrarily going to stand somewhere and say this is what you want to charge. It will be very logical. And I think that we all put the figures down transparently and then work around it to get it done. That's the best way. I think that when you're helping someone, I can't say that, Diamond, I want to help you, pay me $10,000 before I help you. No, I must know the detail of the help and then see how best I can help you out to get out of your issues.
All right, sir. Thank you. It's been a wonderful time having you here with us. We look forward to more of such engagements. And as you said, you do not yet have a contract with the government of Liberia. You only presented a model of what you want to do in Liberia, and you therefore the transfer, the transferring and recycling of the waste to transform the Town, decommission and transform the Town landfill site there in Pinsville and move to the Cheesemanburg landfill site and do other
Yeah,
things as well. You said
yeah,
your role is to partner with Liberian companies, train Liberians in managerial positions. It takes you at least 15 months as of when the contract is signed to when the plant will be constructed. And within that period, you have Liberians going to school in Ghana to learn
yes.
as well. We're looking forward to more of these conversations. I'd love to say thank you to you and your team for speaking with us and speaking to some of these issues as well. To the issue of alleged bad labor practices in Ghana, what did you say? You said those were untrue, or there were some reports that you
Yes,
investigated, sir?
yes. Is it the bribery issues?
No, we're done with the bribery. I'm just doing a
The-
recap as we're closing. There were
oh, okay, yeah,
allegations of bad labor practices
oh,
there.
oh, the
Where,
one it's a false
yeah,
statement. Our contract have not been cancelled. Our contract have not been cancelled. We are still working in the district. The contract expired by its natural course, and we are looking at forwarding, bidding it up, and getting it up. If you have worked for 19 years, you have experience. So when they open the tender, we'll bid it up, and then we'll get it back.
okay. Okay, sir. Thank you again. We appreciate your time. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Diamond, for your time. And then I also want to thank the people of Liberia for their goodness and kindness and their stewardship. I want to thank the president, the vice president, and the cabinet ministers of all of Liberia for what they have done for us, and then continue relationship. And then thanks to our partner, Eco Green, and then all the other partners that have helped for this program to come. Thank you very much, Diamond, once again. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. Dr. Joseph Aapon is the founder and chairman of Jospong Group, speaking to some allegations as well. Well, you listen in. The crux here is they do not yet have a contract with the government of Liberia. Speaking to the issue of the YEA contract in Ghana, he did say it has not been cancelled, but rather it has expired. It has run its term for 2 years, and now there is a new model for which his company is going to bid for. On the issue of whether or not they were involved with bribery allegations in Liberia, he said yes, one of their employees was involved with bribery allegations. Subsequently, the company was debarred by the World Bank, and they have now served that debarment period and are in good standing with the World Bank, relevance and evidenced by the fact that they have a World Bank contract in Rwanda. According to him, his company is present in 25 African countries, and he looks to invest in Liberia. We will be following up on all of what he said, but there isn't yet a contract with the government of Liberia. What they intend doing, according to Dr. Aapon, is to decommission the Town landfill site, which has been causing serious environmental issues to Liberians around there and the country at large, and move to the Cheesemanburg, facility where they plan on building a recycling plant, a compost plant, and they say they will be in partnership with Liberian CBEs, SMEs, SMOs, and the rest in the collection of the waste, and they will be transferred to stations and subsequently taken to the Cheesemanburg landfill. Well, you always have opposing views. There are some Liberians who are saying, look, let's give this to a Liberian company. And there are others who have said, well, if a company that is not a Liberian company that has got the capacity to deliver can come into our country on a fair deal, deliver for us, we should be looking at what would be entrenched in the contract. If there is, and when there is a contract, he said, Zoom Lion is going to foot all of the expenses. In Ghana, their plant costs about 60 million United States dollars, but will cost far less here in Liberia. As to what would be the terms and conditions, he said is going to be BOT, build, operate, and transfer. As to how many years they will operate the plant for to recoup their profit, that is going to be in the contract. So what we should be looking at now is, are there Liberian companies that have the capacity? If so, have they sent in their tender? What is the government looking at in terms of who's got the money? Is the government looking at who's going to give us this, and what would be the terms of this particular agreement? At the end of the day, there is waste management problem in our country. How can we solve this problem is what we're looking at. My name is Diamond Slanger. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a privilege speaking to Dr. Aapon, someone who owns and operates at least 76 different companies, of which majority of that number are successful companies, including banks, hotels, fleet management, printing presses, Metro TV. It's a TV station that we used to watch as a kid. He owns that TV station, and he's a very successful entrepreneur. But at the end of the day, the government and authorities here in Liberia should be seeking the interest of the country at large. What will be a win-win situation for us all is what we should be focused on. Again, have for yourselves a wonderful night. Spoon Talk comes your way on tomorrow, and the rest of the panelists will be on, and I'm sure there will be a post analysis of this interview as well. So we'll talk again. Do have for yourselves a good night, and for those of you in other parts of the world, pleasant day to you. Bye-bye.
Yes, sir. It's Mr. Y. With the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, right at the south.